right now on 5 on your side at 10.
We're just hours away from a controversial drone surveillance program taking flight. And tonight, more St. Louisans are joining the fight to ground them.
Temperatures once again well above average into the mid-50s today despite cloud cover and very little sunshine. What that means for the rest of the week and if we'll see this hang around for another 7 days.
First, developing now. A teen wanted for murder escapes the St. Louis Juvenile Detention Center.
That's not fair. That's not justice.
Tonight, the mother of his alleged victim is demanding answers. Right now, police still searching for that 17-year-old who was being held on second-degree murder charges. Good evening, I'm Mike Bush. It's been more than 24 hours since the teen's escape from the Juvenile Detention Center on Enright, and authorities still have not released his name to the public. 5 on your side's Annie Krall joins us live. She's been pressing police on why, and she's the only reporter who talked to the mother of the man the teen is accused of killing. Annie.
Well, exactly. Sources tell our I-team that 17-year-old boy is facing murder and assault charges. We've asked police and the Judicial Circuit multiple times for releasing his name or even pictures of him due to the public safety concern. They've told us they cannot because he is a minor. The victim's mother, though, strongly disagrees after what she saw on October 24th in Penrose.
My baby was laying on the ground, trying to gasp for air to catch his breath.
On October 24th, 20-year-old Calvin Kelly was shot and killed outside a market on Shreve in North St. Louis. His mother was nearby and ran to his side.
He got blood clots coming out and everything else. I'm just talking to him like, Calvin, breathe. Like, Calvin, I'm right here. Like, Calvin, I'm not leaving your side.
The 17-year-old arrested for Kelly's murder has been held at the Juvenile Detention Center since December 8th. A statement from the 22nd Judicial Circuit said police and court staff are reviewing how he escaped. Surveillance footage showed he rolled under a security gate in the parking garage. The victim's mom, Naisha Stewart, found out on social media nearly 16 hours later that her son's accused killer had escaped.
I'm pissed. I'm pissed off because somebody's supposed to be watching this little boy 24 hours a day and he gets to escape. Like, that's not fair. That's not justice.
This isn't the first time something like this has happened at this facility or the detention center on Hogan Street. 5 on your side has reported on more than a dozen teens getting away from the facilities since 2021. Stewart questioning the security levels of the center as she continues to grieve.
My son had to be cremated because it was hard coming up for the money to bury my son. Like, all I have to go by today, on this day right now, is just his pictures or looking at his ashes. It's not fair. It's not right.
Now, sources again tell our I-team that the murder suspect was last seen wearing green pants, a gray shirt, and black and white shoes. He also has a swollen lip and a black right eye. If you have any information about the escapee, you're asked to call Crime Stoppers at the number on your screen, which is 866-371-TIPS. For now, though, reporting live in St. Louis, Annie Krall, 5 on your side.
And tonight, St. Louis police are looking for the person who shot and killed a man in a South City park. The man was found shot in the head last night in Marquette Park in Dutchtown. The victim has not been identified yet. Anyone with information is asked to call Crime Stoppers at 866-371-TIPS. Ferguson police now have a person of interest in custody in connection to a deadly shooting at Forestwood Park. 47-year-old Daryl Shannon of Jennings was found shot in the parking lot yesterday afternoon. Charges have yet to be filed. A 14-year-old boy is recovering tonight after a shooting in North St. Louis. This happened just before 4 this morning near Floy and Emma in the Walnut Park West neighborhood. Police say the teen was inside a car when he was shot in his side and arm. He was taken to the hospital. No arrests have been made. Just 12 hours before, a 13-year-old girl in Alton was shot while standing on a porch. Shooting happened just before 3 Saturday afternoon near Highland and Silver. Tonight, the girl remains in serious condition at a St. Louis hospital. Counseling psychologist Dr. Jamaica Cooper tells 5 on your side the impact of youth violence is more than just physical wounds.
When crime, violence, trauma, any of that occurs at a young age, it makes it difficult to develop, become an adult, and see the world as a normal, safe place. It's really devastating. It's sad, and I can't help but think about the long-term impacts for these young people.
Police in both cases are asking anyone with information to please come forward. Tomorrow, the private company planning to launch a live drone streaming service over the St. Louis sky is scheduled to take flight. New tonight, 5 on Your Side's Laura Barczewski found even more residents are now getting involved and speaking out against the program.
Mike, this all started in the Gravois Park neighborhood when SMS Novel Films announced it would be testing out its drone surveillance there. The founder says he's since backed out of that neighborhood, but that has now raised red flags for residents in other parts of the city. Gravois Park resident Sarah Crossley says the idea of drones surveilling their homes and streets has been a major concern for her and her neighbors over the past few weeks.
At one point, part of the proposal to us was that we could be paying kind of an exorbitant amount per hour to have surveillance by drone at request. And to me, that felt wrong. That's not how public safety should work.
The concerned residents canvassed their neighborhoods, started a petition against it, and worked with their alderpersons to advocate for a law to prevent this kind of thing. The founder of SMS Novel Films says while they won't be in the Gravois Park neighborhood, they didn't say where they'd be going, only that they have a right to take to the skies.
We have to take a stand against unjust laws that contradict FAA, that prevent us from being able to fly or to start businesses. So, again, let the aldermen do what they will. We're willing to communicate. We're willing to help educate because a lot of individuals don't know these laws.
Alderwoman Alicia Saunier says the measure will be compliant with the FAA.
Municipalities have the right to do legislation around anything that protects people's privacy, protects people's safety, protects them from harm.
Dutchtown resident Dallas Adams says she's worried her neighborhood could be next as they're right next to Gravois Park and it may make people feel even more unsafe.
I mean, when you're in over-policed neighborhoods, I mean, think of some of the ways that they surveil us. Like they have the towers with the red and blue blinking lights at all hours of the day. Our lights are brighter if they are in lit areas. And I mean, all of that has an effect on a human being. So yeah, having a drone just going around your street up and down where you're trying to walk your dog or you're just trying to walk to the store, get to transit, could incite a lot of fear. Why are you following me?
SMS Novel plans to fly the drones for up to 3 hours starting at 3 o'clock tomorrow. The founder reached out to me yesterday saying they received threats from people claiming they'll shoot them down. I did not hear back from him on whether or not this will change their plans, but the website says launch is still moving forward tomorrow.
Tonight, St. Louis firefighters are still on the scene of a massive warehouse fire in downtown to put out hot spots. The 4-alarm fire broke out around 6 yesterday morning. A plume of smoke could be seen for miles as massive flames engulfed the 5-story abandoned warehouse at First and O'Fallon. There are no reports of injuries. The cause remains under investigation. The city of St. Louis has secured housing for displaced seniors from the Heritage House through the end of the month. Some will be placed in a hotel in the Central West End. The others at the downtown West End. City officials tell 5 on Your Side public and private funds will cover the costs. The seniors were forced from their high-rise apartment building last month due to burst pipes and flooding. We're told it won't reopen for a year. Developing tonight, a bipartisan group of senators have announced a deal that addresses the migrant crisis at the southern border and will provide foreign aid to Ukraine and Israel. The $120 billion funding package includes $20 billion to addressing needs at the border. $60 billion would go towards Ukraine and another $24 billion to Israel. The White House is calling on Congress to immediately pass the legislation.
This is one of the most important pieces of legislation that the Senate has seen in years and years and years. And we cannot let politics get in the way of passing this legislation.
Josh Hawley of Missouri calls it an open borders bill that will allow undocumented migrants to obtain immediate work visas. Even if the Senate passes the bill, it's likely dead on arrival in the House. The deal was announced just hours after Missouri Governor Mike Parson joined more than a dozen other Republican governors at Eagle Pass, Texas, to talk about the wave of illegal border crossings. Tonight on X, Parson promised more support to Texas Governor Greg Abbott, including sending more members of the Missouri National Guard to the southern border.